There's this handbook for mounting very small scientific expeditions. What do you think this insect is? Probably, my guess is a dragonfly because of how it's colored and these wings look translucent and opalescent. Other is just a clarkson, There's this little red eye, I guess. I'm not sure. Morningsituations. Boring situations improved with observability. It's cool. An adult bumps into someone they know, and this kid is totally bored. There's a power cut. No television, no devices that can be powered through. It's lunchtime and your best friend is off school that day. Indecision at the plant shop. I'll just be a minute. Waiting for your turn. The first, most important step is to spend a lot of time gazing at the ground. A good thing about being young is that you're closer to the ground than most adults, so you have an excellent view of what's going down there. Another good thing about being young is that nobody thinks you're strange if you pay attention to a worm, an ant, or a puddle. Adults tend to feel embarrassed about doing that sort of thing. Hopefully you'll remember that it's not worth worrying about what others think when you're doing what you enjoy. The second step, also a very important step, is to be curious. An observologist is a detective, always on the lookout for a clue that will lead to something interesting. As if this isn't a perfectly sensible way to go for a walk. Where is that caterpillar going? Follow it. Follow it. What's under that brick? Lift it up. Why is that leaf so holy? Turn it over. What is the footpath? Why is the footpath white here? Look up and close your mouth. It's a jungle out there. Humans, HUMANSRHUGE! Exclamation mark. You might not even be the tallest person in your class, but to hundreds of thousands of animals, you are a giant. Number 1, think of the smallest animal you've ever met. You could hold hundreds of ants in the palm of your hand. It'd be hard to keep them there though. You could fit dozens of aphids up your nostrils. I beg you not to. You're so big compared to a tardigrade that you wouldn't even know there was someone in your ear. Mighty steed. Onward to the next nearest lichen patch. Lichen patch. Reasons to turn over this leaf. Yellow patch. Chewed edges. An ant. Suspicious silhouette. A curly whirly poop. Curly whirly poop. A little hole. Shiny dry slime. Droppings. Don't touch a creature if you don't know what it is. Most creatures are completely harmless, but others could really hurt you. Instead of being scared, it's better to learn what's what and how to behave with it. So Ladybird is eating the aphids. A culprit. And stink bug eggs. Stink bug. Snails and slugs have rasping mouths, particularly good for making holes in the middle of leaves. Aphids sucking goodness out of the leaf and turning it yellow. Caterpillars have nibbling mouths and tend to make a more ragged edge than snails and slugs do. Ant on its way to harvest the sweet liquid that aphids poop out. So this ant is on a journey to what to do? To harvest that sweet liquid. The sweet liquid that the aphids poop out. Alright, this way, my good sir. I'm not talking to this dragon. Out you go, out you go, out you go. Don't use fly spray or other household pesticides if you can help it. Many insects and arachnids won't do any harm in your homes, but fly spray kills indiscriminately. Usually you can usher a fly out the window if you want it to leave. Put a welcome mat. It doesn't have to be a mat. It could be a wad of old newspaper or cardboard or plank of wood. Dampen a patch of grass. Then lay the mat on it and wait. The grass underneath will die, so make sure no one's gonna get cross about that. But if you're lucky, creatures like worms and woodlice will have moved in. Lift the mat after a week or two to see what's underneath. Leave food outside and see who comes to enjoy the free buffet. A shallow dish of sugar water, not deep enough for tiny things to drown in, might attract bees or ants. A smelly old cat food tin might invite wasps or flies. Feline fuzz spots, salmon and giblets, gourmet cat food. Now this is prime real estate in comparison to the real estate in the city. DRAW, draw, WHAT, what you, YOUSEE, draw what you see. Sitting still long enough to draw a picture. Sitting still long enough to draw a picture helps Notice many details. Tiny details. It also gives you something to do instead of just staring. Are there shiny patches? Or hairy bristles? Can you see speckles or patterns? Is it brown like a chocolate biscuit? Or brown like a cardboard box? Don't worry about what your picture looks like. All that matters is the detail you notice while you're working on it. Of course, it's easiest to draw things that keep still for a long time. Some good options are parts of a dead insect that have fallen out of a spider's web, its tiny wing, a shiny fly abdomen, a plant like this dandelion that you could revisit and draw every day to see it change from this to this. A branch with lots of moss and lichen growing on it. Is your branch truly brown, or does it have some purple, red, or blue? When drawing spiders and insects, pay attention to how their legs bend. It can be confusing. Incorrect, but funny. Fungi come in all kinds of strange and wonderful shapes. Phallus in the Ceatus, Crinoline stinkhorn. Those very large old-fashioned skirts. It's a very pretty pattern. And Lavaria solingeri, violet coral. It looks like coral, but it's actually fungi. Ceatus striatus, bird's nest fungus. It looks like blueberries over there, but it's not. Amalaria novaezelandia. Glow in the dark mushroom. Glow in the dark. That's cool. It's for your eyes only. Unless a fungus has come from a fruit shop. You should appreciate its magnificence with your eyes. Leave your fingers and mouth out of the equation. Parts of Agaricus bisporus, the mushrooms in the supermarket. These are the scales. Cap. This is the cap. And here are the gills. The spores are the little tiny particles over here. Ring over there. Stem. This part is patch of spores on the ground. And these are the mycelium. Mycelium, actually, they're not roots. This is actually the main part of the fungus. The mushroom that we see is just a bit that grows in order to release spores for production. Everyday fungal encounters. Inside a compost bin, the silky white layer covering camembert cheese. Microscopic yeast in the air all around us. Yeast is a type of fungus. Think of fungus for creating warm, crusty bread. Dried balls of yeast from a packet. Delicate, wispy fungus growing on a dog poop. Interesting, I did not know that fungus could grow on poop, but I mean, my imagination can be broad. When you forget to empty your school lunch box for a few days, yeah, it has this very odious smell. Actually, this is a beautiful green fly with long legs. That's actual size. So I was probably quite wrong. I was very, very wrong. Instead of, because usually dragonflies are much bigger than this. Australia is famous for its feminist spiders, but maybe it should be famous for its dancing peacock spiders instead. Just one of many species of peacock spider. Glorious. This is the actual size. The male spider does an elaborate dance to woo its mate, harmless to people. This is a type of jumping spider. Very colorful. Marcus ones. How to win the love of a jumping spider with an asterisk. Results not guaranteed. Shuffle, shuffle. Waggle, waggle. Dance, 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 dance.